You need to have water, you need to have a radio on batteries, and you need to have a flashlight on batteries to make sure that you can survive the first 36 hours. Things like that. That's simple things. But it starts there. The realization that not everything is plannable, not everything is going to be honky-dory in the next 20 years. I'm not saying it is going wrong tomorrow, but we have to realize it's not a given that we are in peace. And that's why we have the plans. That's why we are preparing for a conflict with Russia and the terror groups, if it comes to it, if they attack us. We're not seeking any conflict. But if they attack us, we have to be ready.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America.
The so-called Western forces of Texas and California
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
God bless America.
This one, the biggest armed confrontation in America since the Civil War, started with seemingly unrelated incidents that at first went almost unnoticed and then spun out of control.
Most of you know Governor Farley's on his way back from Washington. He'll be addressing you at some point later today or tomorrow. However, he has authorized me to make this statement on his behalf. Effective immediately, the state of Idaho is closing its borders, if necessary by the use of force. I have ordered our state troopers to set up checkpoints on the borders, and no one will be allowed in without authorization from the Idaho authorities.
We'll return to Boise momentarily. Meanwhile, developments in Pakistan are continuing as more orphans are being assembled for the flight to America. It is now 38 days since the event that started it all. The nuclear explosion from the Indian missiles that devastated over 10,000 square miles of the area around the Pakistani capital of Islamabad. With 64 hours left, 2 battalions from North Carolina, an entire brigade from the 1st Infantry, and several armored companies from Texas are being sent to Utah, not far from the Idaho border. Citizens from across that state are signing up as volunteers in the National Guard. Others are rallying around the various private militias that support Governor Farley.
America is currently experiencing an invasion. We're here at America's southern border in Arizona. Millions of illegal immigrants have been pouring over that border during the Biden administration. In just the first 2.5 years of his administration, almost 5 million border apprehensions. That doesn't include another million known gotaways or another million unknown probable gotaways. You're talking about a wave of illegal immigration like no one has ever seen. The border is wide open, and that is Joe Biden's fault.
In a new statement, I want to share it with you this afternoon from the governor's desk. He says he's declared an invasion and invoking the state's constitutional authority to defend and protect itself, and it supersedes any federal statutes.
Governor Greg Abbott endorses Donald Trump during border trip. This was in November 19th of 2023. Abbott made the presidential endorsement after he and Trump served the meals to service members deployed for Operation Lone Star, Abbott's sprawling border security mission. Governor Greg Abbott on Sunday endorsed Donald Trump's comeback campaign for the White House while hosting the former president at the Texas-Mexico border. We need Donald J. Trump back as our president of the United States of America, Abbott said during a speech in Edinburgh, promising Trump would secure the border and restore law and order. Trump said the endorsement was a tremendous honor, given how hard Abbott has worked to fortify the border under Democratic President Joe Biden. Mr. Governor, I am going to make your job much easier, Trump said. You'll be able to focus on other things in Texas.
Уже Трамп снял лозунг «Сделаем Америку великой», «Спасем Америку». Вот правильно, Трамп. Только не удастся тебе спасти Америку, ибо выборов в 2024 году в Америке не будет. Потому что Америки не будет. Значит, и выборов не будет. Пусть в гольф играет последние разы на этом гольф-поле.